What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Noah Gray here, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Josh's channel and check out showmefootball.com for more.
What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Josh Fan of showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com, covering your Kansas City Chiefs. And we got yet another very positive, exciting injury update from Kansas City Chiefs cornerback Jaylen Watson. Watson has been posting video and photos of his recovery process on his social media, and more specifically his Instagram account, a lot over the last several weeks. And he has also constantly posted updates to his Twitter page talking about not to count him out as far as coming back at some point this season. But the latest came earlier tonight when Jaylen Watson posted yet another video to his Instagram story of him working out in the Kansas City Chiefs practice facility, and this time not just running, but turning and cutting on that ankle that he is trying to come back from. And this is yet another huge step in the recovery process of Jaylen Watson, and when talking about him potentially coming back for this year. I made a video when he originally posted that video in the practice facility, running in a straight line down the field inside the Chiefs practice facility, and some of you pointed out, to which I agreed, that that's not exactly the same as playing football. It's not exactly the same as turning on the ankle and really putting it to the test. But this video shows Jaylen Watson doing a little bit more of the mobility work that is required to play the cornerback position, testing out that ankle. And to the naked eye, he looks really, really good. And combine this with the fact that we got an update from Andy Reid earlier this week saying that there is a chance that Jaylen Watson comes back, albeit not a great one. He said that it's a stretch. Andy Reid did finally acknowledge that there's a chance that Jaylen Watson is back this season. And Andy Reid typically does not make those types of comments lightly. So I do think there is weight to him saying, significant weight to him saying that there's a chance that Jaylen Watson comes back this year, because before, the tune that the organization was singing was that we're not banking on it. But that never meant he was out, and I felt like a lot of people just kind of assumed that he was out for the rest of the year. But the more that comes out from Jaylen Watson, the more that he shows us that he's getting to work trying to come back, the more that I'm putting thought into the idea that Jaylen Watson could return at some point this postseason or before the Super Bowl if the Chiefs are to make it. And I know overall this update isn't too much different from some of the other videos I've made talking about Jaylen Watson. Like, at the end of the day, we're still going to have to see if he does come back at the end of the year before the Super Bowl sometime late in the playoffs. But like I said, the more and more that he is giving us insight, and I do really appreciate him like letting us in on the recovery process, but I think he's trying to tell you with these posts that, like, hey, don't count me out. Like, I could still come back this season. I know a lot of people don't think so, but I am working at it. And I think Chiefs fans should not take for granted that sort of work ethic and that sort of determination to try and come back. Michael Darcy of KC Sports Report and I talked about this several weeks ago, but that sometimes the recovery process is up to the player. You know, Jaylen Watson could easily say, you know what, I'm still getting paid. I'm going to be out for the year. Like, I'm not trying too hard to come back. Like, it is what it is. I'll try to gear up for next year. No, he is determined to come back this year. And a lot of the recovery process is up to the players more so than people realize. But in the case of Jaylen Watson, he's trying to come back, and I have faith in him that he can make it happen, because based off the clips that we're seeing, the progress that he's making each and every week now, practicing that step back, making turns and cuts on the field, that's the type of stuff you want to see. That's the huge step that we needed to see from him to be able to go, oh, hold on a minute, Jaylen Watson could be back this year. And like I said many times before, that would be absolutely huge for this Chiefs defense, a Chiefs defense that simply has not defended the pass the same since Jaylen Watson has been out, that has not been the same on third down since Jaylen Watson has been out. The Chiefs have had a rotating cast of characters at cornerback too since Jaylen Watson's injury, and it just really hasn't been great. We haven't seen consistently good football from any of those guys, Najee Johnson, Joshua Williams, Chris Roland Wallace, but you know what you have in Jaylen Watson. And look, there's still a lot of steps for him, a lot of hurdles for him to clear before he can come back. But man, seeing those videos, that gets me excited. I mean, he is up and running. He's getting work in. He's exercising. He is at it every single day in that Chiefs practice facility trying to come back. And I admire the determination. And again, I don't think Chiefs fans should take that for granted. Jaylen Watson easily could have mailed it in for the year and said, nah, I'm done playing. I'll recover and try to go next year. But he is putting his body to the absolute test trying to come back. So Chiefs fans should really appreciate that. But man, yeah, those videos, they make me excited of the possibilities, because if this defense could get back to full strength right in time for the Super Bowl, that would be absolutely huge for the Kansas City Chiefs. That would be absolutely huge for this defense. And with the multiple bye weeks that the Chiefs could potentially have this postseason, that only increases the odds that Jaylen Watson could potentially come back, because he was having a really good season before he went down. He was having a fantastic season at that outside corner spot, and since it's been a lot more Trent McDuffie trying to cover for him at outside corner, he hasn't done as well as Jaylen Watson was doing. Trent McDuffie is a lot more natural on the inside at slot cornerback. That's where he's elite. You want Jaylen Watson back out there holding it down and allowing Trent McDuffie to move back into the slot where he's been so good. But yeah, I mean, that's the latest on Jaylen Watson. Ultimately, I don't have too much more of an injury update beyond the stuff like I've been saying the past few videos, but I just hope that sharing these videos with you guys, sharing Jaylen Watson's recovery process with you guys, giving that more exposure, makes Chiefs fans realize, hey, don't count him out yet. Do not count him out yet. This is another step forward for him. It's another positive sign, and I love that stuff. So that is the latest injury update on Kansas City Chiefs cornerback Jaylen Watson. And just remember, guys, that Andy Reid also acknowledged that possibility that he could come back, and I think that really means something, paired with the fact that we're now seeing him start to run and do a lot more drills inside the Chiefs practice facility. And that training staff and those coaches, they're getting a good look at him every day. And again, I don't think Andy Reid makes those comments lightly. So I think there's a very strong chance we could see Jaylen Watson return at some point this season. But that's the latest on him. So with all that being said, make sure you guys leave down in the comments below what your thoughts are on this video. Are you paying more attention to this possibility now than you were before? Would love to hear from you guys regarding that. But yeah, all that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so more Chiefs fans can find this. And make sure to check out my work on showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com for more. You can also follow me on Twitter at showmefb. But that's all I got for you guys in this one. I'm signing off. And as always, go Chiefs.